Hello guys, today let's learn about how to do these Ethiopian lines or Ethiopian cornrows, and without wasting much time, let's get right into this video. So to begin, guys, we're going to divide the hair into two, okay? Because one side we're going to do the Ethiopian lines and the other side you're going to do some crochet hair. All right, so divide the hair into two, and then what you're gonna do next is to partition the front side into 6 parts. So with each part we have a small line in between using her natural hair only, no addition of any extensions or braids. So we're just going to do the small lines are going to separate the partitions, okay? So part the hair into as many as you like, but make sure it's a good size, because these Ethiopian cornrows, they really take a lot of hair to achieve one line. So make sure they're sizable, all right? So here we are parting the hair into 6 portions. And then what you're going to do next, we are going to now do the Ethiopian lines first. So this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. You can be creative and play with the style, but this is how it looks like so far. And at the back we're going to do some cornrows for the crochet. All right, so far we've done a few lines, and I'm going to explain in details exactly what needs to be done, okay? And if you have zero knowledge on cornrows, you have to learn about the cornrows first, because it's very important. Mostly here we are using cornrows and also drop lines, but for drop lines, if you already know about cornrows, drop lines is going to be easier for you. So remember, we parted the hair into 6 parts. So each part we are going to divide into 3. So the 3 sides, two small ones at the sides, one big one in the middle, and I'll show you exactly why. So here we're just going to do the drop lines first on one side. So here we are using braids to achieve this normal braiding hair, all right? So just parting carefully, making sure everything is neat, and don't worry about what's in the hand. It's called wax. We are using it to achieve very clean partings. That is why you can go ahead and use any hair gel that is good for plating. So here we are using wax. It normally turns white when exposed to air a lot, all right? So when you're doing the cornrows, the drop lines, make sure you start with the plain hair first. We do not want to pull the hairline, so make sure you start with the plain hair first, as we are doing in the video. So we have already done one side of the drop lines. So here, see, what we are doing is that we separated the hair into 3, 2 sides smaller, and make sure the 2 sides kind of meet at the front, and then the middle part we're going to do a very big cornrow. So before I explain in details how we're doing the drop lines, let me do the middle part first, the big one, before we do the side one, so that I show you in detail. So but hopefully so far you've understood something, and if you have any question, you can just leave it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer all of your questions, okay? So we are going the middle part, guys. The middle part, you have to do a very big cornrow with a lot of braid, but don't exaggerate it, but at least make it, because for this style, for us to achieve this style, it has to be in a raised way. It has to be raised. That is why the middle part is playing a big role here in making sure that the Ethiopian lines are a bit raised. So because if you put them flat, it's not going to give you that style very well, all right? It's just going to look like a normal feed in braids, like inside cornrows braids, okay? So make sure the the middle cornrow is big, so use a lot of hair. So here we're just adding braids and braids. Here the middle one, you're not going to use drop lines, you're just going to do it plainly. Hope you understand what I mean by then, but I'm going to show you after this how it looks like, right? So remember, I repeat, after you separated the hair into as many parts as you want, make sure each part is separated into 3, because the 2 sides are going to join together, and the middle part is going to act like support and raise the Ethiopian line. That is why we need the middle part, and we add a lot of braiding hair, but the sides we just add just a little bit of braiding hair. Okay, so we are almost done with the middle cornrow. And guys, I recently learned that this style has several names to it. So I was told it's called alata in Ghana, and here in Kenya we call it Ethiopian lines, or we call it fishbone. Yeah, and the other name I'll just tell you in a bit. I think I'm trying to remember it. It has different names. Okay, so here we're going to do the other side. We've already done 2 sides. So to do this one, remember I told you start with the natural hair. When you're doing this drop line as a cornrow, start with the natural hair, then as you add the braid. So guys, as you add the braid, you add it, you drop one side, and then you continue with the other one. That is why we call it drop lines. Don't add both sides at once. You see how we are adding one side, we leave the other one, then we continue. You're going to see it clearly. We add one side, we continue with one side, we drop the other one, because we need the braids to come and cover up the middle part. All right, I hope you've understood up to that point. If you have any question, any comment, any suggestion, just drop it in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer all of them. Okay, so you just keep adding hair up to the last point. Add one side, move with the one side, drop the other one. That is why we call them drop lines. If you have zero knowledge on cornrows, I've done a tutorial in my previous video on how to do cornrows. So once you learn how to do cornrows, then these drop lines will be easier for you. So it doesn't matter which side you use. So here we are using you're placing our hand at the side when plaiting. But if you place your hand at the back when plaiting, still the same thing, as long as you leave one side of the braid out. All right, so you continue doing like that up to the end, and then now we're going to merge them together to create that Ethiopian cornrow. And guys, if you don't know the inside cornrow method, you can't achieve this style. You have to learn it, but it's easy. We're going to show you step by step. We also have another tutorial on we've posted on the other videos. You can just check it out, the inside cornrow method. This one is needed when doing the Ethiopian cornrows, but here also we are going to explain it to you in detail. So after you're done, make sure the braids, you oil them, apply some hair food, a lot of it, because we want them to be separate enough when we are doing the inside cornrow method. Okay, so here you see how it's being done. So you're going to take your hair on both sides and start merging them together. So as it's done in this video, just watch it carefully. You see, you take both sides and you start going inside. Okay, you do the hair going inside and just taking both sides alternately to achieve this style. Take one by one. Don't take all the hair at once. That is why I said you apply some hair food to separate the braids well, for them to be separate enough for you to be able to take them one by one. Just take one by one. Don't be in a hurry to do the whole braid at once the way we normally do it. Okay, just take one each braid at a time. All right, I hope you've understood up to there. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe before leaving. If you like this video, just give it a like, share, comment, okay, and do not forget to turn on the post notifications bell so that you get notified every time we upload a new video. Right, so you just keep braiding it, going inside. You're going to braid it up to the end. All right, see already how it's forming. Some call it fishbone because it looks like bones of a fish, something like that. So we keep doing it up to the end. So you see what I was telling you about. You have to corner it going inside for us to achieve this type of style. So this style, I think it's famous in Ethiopia and Eritrea. Yeah, and it's an old school type of style, but you know, people have not been doing it that much. But it's a very beautiful style, and if you get creative, it can bring out so many beautiful styles. All right, you just have to be creative. For today, we just decided to do them with some twist. Of course, some people do it the whole head. Some people decide to do backlines with it. Depends on your style and what you want. So for us, we're going to do some crochet hair, and I'm going to show you which hair we are using and how we achieve the crochet at the back and all the tips and details. Okay, so already see how beautiful it's forming, how beautiful it is. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section and we'll be happy to answer them. So we are almost there, and see how already it's forming. So remember, we divided the parts into 3. So the side ones, which we are now merging them together, and the middle part, which is acting like a support. So you see how it has raised this line up. So if we didn't do the middle part well, if we didn't raise it enough, it could have been flat, and we didn't want that, because for this style to come out as perfect as it is, you have to raise the middle part with a big cornrow, but don't exaggerate it. Don't put a lot of braid, just enough to raise it. All right, and don't put a very small hair because it won't raise it. So here, just be creative and know when it's enough. Okay, so we are done with the line already. We are done. So we are going to do the full head and then show you now the crochet, how we achieved it. So guys, this is the full head. We are done the lines. So now we are going to do the crochet. So at the back, the lines, you just bring them at the back and you sew them in with a needle, right, to keep them in place. Don't leave them like that. So sew them in with a needle and a yarn. Just sew everything up. And then now next, you're going to put our crochet hair, and I'll show you which crochet hair we use. But you can use any crochet hair as long as it's good. But you can even use a weave, but make sure what you're using is curly for this style to come out beautifully. Don't use something straight or a straight crochet hair or a straight weave. Everything use curly. If you decided to go with the weave, use a curly weave. If you decided to go with the crochet, look for something curly. But as long as it works for you, that's fine. Okay, but if you don't like the crochet hairs and everything, you can just do the full head, as long as you've understood. So this is the hair we are using. It's called Curly Kinky from Darling, Kenya, and it's very beautiful. This hair, I love it because it's not easy to tangle. You can just see from the texture there, it's not easy to tangle. So here we are going to crochet everything in. So now to finish our style, you crochet everything in. And guys, when you're doing the crochet, make sure you merge the 2 lines together using a crochet so that we don't have spaces in between. I hope you understood there what I'm trying to say at the front part. Make sure you try to merge the 2 lines together using a crochet. Like this is what I'm talking about. You check the crochet, take 2 lines, merge them with the hair so that we don't have a situation where we have spaces in between. I think you can see it clearly from here, what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah. So that is it, and make sure you balance all the sides. Don't put so much crochet hair on one side and then leave the other one. Yeah, so for weaving it's going to be easy to balance because you're just going straight from one corner to the other, but for the crochet you have to make sure each corner you're putting is very balanced. Okay, very balanced. So this is the final look, guys. Yes, and it's really looking good. It's really looking good. This is as I said earlier, this style is kind of old school, but if you play with the styles it's going to bring very beautiful styles. Okay, so see how beautiful it looks and very unique. So that's it from me today, guys. I hope this video helps, and if you're new here, don't leave without touching that subscribe button so that we keep learning together. Share this video with your friends. Okay.